the first time I've ever seen something like that. All of a sudden just pop up. But now all of a sudden I'm seeing this pop up as a trend. People all saying the same thing. But you know, to each his own. So it's just very important to understand that as well. We got 2 cards. Forcing someone in a narrative that doesn't belong to them. And this is why a partner of yours could have went on some sort of slander or try to say you were something you weren't, because they were trying to combat what was happening to their family members. Somebody could have tried targeting them and then went over to targeting their family, and then it got them on board. Baby, you the blueprint. They can't do it like you, because they can't hide the fact that you are you. They can't hide the fact that you're the truth. They can't hide the fact of who you are. They just can't cover it up. So they want to try to either damage your reputation to a point where people don't believe you, or turn people against you, or whatever this is. Like that's their intentions, because they can't hide you. So they want to try to hurt you at a doctor. They want to try to, you know, take a kid from you. They want to try. This is like, and this is all because of their lie. This is all because they did something, and they want you to bear the weight and suffer because they can't live up to their lie or hide you from being yourself. A haunted vice in the reverse. Somebody, you got to be careful. Don't be drinking with people, and don't be sharing vices with them either. Because it's, with the haunted vice in the reverse, that lets me know somebody tried to give you something in the past. Somebody already tried, but it didn't work. Maybe you didn't finish it. Maybe you didn't take it. They already sent somebody in that agreed to do something to you with a vice here. Don't even be eating from people. It didn't work, whatever this is. For somebody, this is a collective reading, so it happened in different ways in which it was blocked from harming you. But some of the people we see outside are all messed up because somebody did something to their stuff. Somebody agreed. Oh gosh. Somebody agreed to do something to your stuff. And I'm looking at this word brother as well. And when I see foot fetish pleased with what they do, it could have been the person they used to smear your name or to say you had some weird fetish or something like that. It could have been that person, or that person had a hand in there. Or they could have sent friends to do it, because a friend/family's house is sticking out to me as well. They had a hand in getting somebody to do that to you. But I don't think it worked for some reason. It's different reasons for different people. Positive affirmations. You're a prayer. You speak positivity over yourself, and it goes a long way. You pray a lot. You talk to God. You talk to your spirit team, and you are protected and loved. So something like that is just not your portion here. Oh my gosh. Do y'all see what this says? Didn't I just say you're loved? She will be loved. I love that. That was so cute. You're loved. I love that. Can't believe you made me do that. And now this person is feeling kind of remorseful that they were encouraged to do something so wicked to you. They're having a hard time living with themselves after that. And also because other people have changed their perception of them. So it hit their reputation for doing what they did to you. We have careful where you enter banking information or send money. Be careful with putting your card into certain things. Be careful where you're putting your card number at. Maybe go get one of those gift cards or something like that and use that for online purchases. Some of you guys, even be careful of the stores around. Be careful of the stores. Don't punch your code in. If you could just bypass the code, do that instead. Because this is people, like I said, they have certain influence to certain money, and they're trying to cover their own butt. And I take it that you haven't done anything to these people, and you're not doing anything but be yourself, but they did something to pretend that they are you, and now they're trying to get rid of you. You understand what I'm saying? For some of you guys, it's as heavy as you being a starseed, you being a chosen one. It's as heavy as that. They pretended to be something they were not now, because the real thing is out here walking around, and there's no way to hide that you're the real thing. Okay? Others of you, it's little as, you know, it could be a boss, and you guys work together and you're giving business ideas and they're taking your ideas to the manager and saying that it's their ideas. You understand what I'm saying? And when they get asked questions, they can't answer the question. You don't say nothing because you don't want to step on their toes. But every time there's a question asked and it's a group setting, you're the only person that can answer it. You understand what I'm saying? Like I said, don't let this take you somewhere where you go crazy. If it's not your story, it's not your story. Know where to put the principle of the circumstance. Somebody did something and said they are the creator of or the actual thing, and they are not. You are. They're trying to get rid of you. Some of you is just fired. Some of you is just put out of an environment. Some of you, it is as bad as trying to get you up out of here. Know where to put things so you can keep yourself grounded. And if you're starting to feel paranoid, go sit in a park. I feel so called to say this because I'm seeing a lot of this. And I know why. I'm not stupid. But we're not going to get into that because at the same time as I'm picking up on it, there could genuinely be people who are hearing these stories and feeling triggered. So you need to know how to help yourself. Go sit in the park. Go sit at the base of a tree. And just, relax yourself. Drink you some water. It's a little cold, so you may need to bundle up. Work on make sure you're grounding yourself. Make sure you're praying. Make sure you're asking for, I wouldn't even tell you to ask for signs at this point because of what I've seen. But just make sure you're in deep prayer with God to show you what's the truth. Show you what's for you. And then not only show you what's for you, show it to you around yourself. And then continue to trust in him that he's going to protect you and get you through it, right? You don't have room for psychosis right now. You don't have room to let something take you off the deep end. You have to stay grounded in reality. It says your spirit team needs to feel more love from you. Meet with them more. Talk to them. Offer things. They love you. Tap in. Dance, eat, write, ask for guidance. So the way you would be tapping in with your spirit team, like I just said, going out into nature. Some people need to ground their energy. Some people need to ground their energy. So you need to go outside. It's cold, I understand. Go out, go put on 3 pairs of pants, sweatpants, okay? And 4 turtlenecks and sit out there like it's summertime. Put a scarf over your face so the wind don't blow too hard, okay? Okay. That's what you're being called to do. Don't let nobody get you all up there. Okay, we have God is done with this on this earth. And it says adult targeting a child. So family members and parents who target their children for these organizations in order for themselves not to be the target. God has shut down the paradigm which supported that being able to be done in a way where it was to get something out of somebody's system or invoke something so it can be broken. The paradigm which supported the ability for that to exist without dire consequences has collapsed, right? So people need to get with the program. These families that have these scapegoats and black sheep, they doing this to them on purpose. Not everybody's circumstances. Some people are narcissistic. They have personality. Certain things are like that. But I'm not even going to get into that. God is done with that, right? That's what he's saying. The whole targeting people, even with communities, smear campaigns, all of this stuff, God has collapsed the timelines which support the ability for that to be done and not for it to be consequential. We have convinced myself my feelings for you were because of magic. Somebody walked away from you because they thought it was spell work done on you. You did spell work on them, or somebody did some spell work to make them like you. They thought it was inauthentic here. You couldn't see it clearly because it wasn't for you. You were minding someone else's business. So the reason they thought this wasn't because you did anything to make them think that you did any spell work. The reason they thought this was because they believed some sort of gossip or rumor about you. And now they realize that they never seen this for themselves. They never picked up on this for themselves. Somebody told them something and it was, oh my God, I like this person so much. It gotta be witchcraft. And then now they're on the other side of that feeling stupid, right? Now they're on the other side, now they're on the other side of that feeling stupid. And then there's some cops going down. And I also think that the cops are going down because of this timeline that's collapsing where it says God is done with this on this earth. Because like I said, there's communities, there's jobs, they scapegoat people, right? And this is why some of them are about to go down. Oh, geez, Louis, I'm not saying that. Oh my God. Oh God. Anyways, Because they help. They help. Situation you were, okay. Yeah, they help. And that's why this is happening. And then what fell on top of that is not helping out like one should. Either they help with making these people's lives a living hell, wrongfully doing stuff to them, or they target these people. Or when these people are being targeted, they deliberately don't help them. God is done with that. Come through, God. People are acting like you asking them for the world. And all that's being asked of them is to do the job you signed up for, play the role in the family the way you're supposed to, so we can all be happy. You're not being punished because you're being asked to be a part of a loving society that supports each other. That's the part of this that don't make no sense, right? Seek first the kingdom of God, period. Oh, because certain people, and then it says the lighter skinned person. So I'm just picking up on the fact that people need to go into a place of repentance, and there's a lighter skinned person with a lighter complexion. And this is across a demographic. Like if you're a person of color, the light skinned person. If you're like a Caucasian person, the pale person, it's gonna go into a place of repentance here for not helping out like one should, because God is done with this on this earth. I'm getting the scenario of you ever played Fortnite? The map is there and then they start counting down. You got to get into the bubble. That portion of the map is no longer supported. That's what I'm picking up on. You see how that made me look like it was a headphone with a microphone attached to it? Like takeout people, or like when you watch the different dispatch people and they have on that thing. Something like that is happening as well. Because God is saying that certain people who work in dispatch. So he's also saying something to people who work as first responders, who are deliberately not sending in help when they're supposed to send in help. That has also collapsed. When somebody calls for help, they may know, oh, this is one of those targeted people, or this is one of those targeted situations. They're not calling for help when they're supposed to. Also going down, also collapsing. And I feel called for him to, I'm feeling called to say he's not threatening people. He's giving them the warning. It's the calm before the storm. Nobody has to get to this other place. They can go into a place of repentance and push themselves in a direction with him to help them heal. Or if they're scared of somebody, walk with him into safety. But they don't take the hand. The circle is closing out. When that circle, when that timer run out in Fortnite, what happens if you're not in a circle, right? What was the other thing that I was going to say here? It disappeared. It's okay. Where is your outrage? Somebody can't fake the fact that they're a part of something because they genuinely don't care. They're not able to pretend the emotions to show they don't care. And the fact that they don't have the emotions of compassion is very telling. Janae Aiko, I don't need you. They can tell that somebody was okay with targeting you. These are people who are gullible. Because now that you've been discovered, it just brings a lot of actions that were done into perspective here. Now that it's discovered that you're here, you're the true founder of something, it's highlighting certain things. And what it's discovering is the fact that they didn't care to help. Like people did things before God's defining moment, that once God defined a moment, they couldn't explain why they did what they did before, but it just exposed them for being a part of an agenda that was attached to what has been discovered and proven at this point, right? And I'm looking at that card that says, ain't loyal to nobody but yourself. So we have 4 cards that came out here. The talent is an angel. Like I said, some of you guys are earth angels. Some of you guys, it's because you're talent. When I say talent, it doesn't automatically mean hobby. Like I said, it could be a skill set. It could be something that's very useful. And they're saying because you're an earth angel for some of you guys. Some of you guys, you're star seeds. Some of you guys are gifted. Some of you guys, which are usually the star seeds, there's different levels of it. You can tell that you were targeted because of this. And you could tell also because of how protected you are. It says too protected. No fears necessary. Remember I was telling you that it's important for you to ground yourself and not be in fear mentality. And then the fact of how hard these people went to try to collect dirt on you. So guys, be mindful of that. People collecting dirt on you, but continue to trust God. They treat you like a TV show and how people watch you. How people talk about you. How easy it was to spread information about you. Things like that as well is coming through here. And then where it says collecting dirt and they treat you like a TV show, a foreign spy. So they also have like, somebody could have hired a private investigator to watch you. People you don't know were watching you. A lot of this stuff has been uncovered. Something about the letter P is standing out too. Divine justice and law and order is here. Our best man. Oh gosh. Yeah, like I said, a lot of you guys, especially if you're attracted to me as a reader, 9 times out of 10, you're attracted and aligned to me as a reader, right? 9 times out of 10, you're one of these people who are of God, and you do the right thing, and it's very valued and respected, especially in a time where it's like it's hard to find it, right? Somebody likes Afro beats. This card fell on top of cops going down. They hate looking themselves in the mirror. Low self-esteem. So some people can't even stomach what they did. They thought they were just going to be able to do it, get it done, and never have to look at it again. But something is still here and persistent in their face that they did something wrong. So for those of you who are on the timeline where this is like a work situation, other co-workers who help this manager steal your idea, or who are flying monkeys, or who don't say anything when they know something is wrong, can't look themselves in the mirror. For those of you who are in a big situation where there's legalities in place, these cops can't look themselves in their face because of what they allowed to happen. It's not all of them, right? I wonder if I can pick up on another timeline. Some of you guys as a family member, and if you're being scapegoated like your sister and your cousins, and then know that this mother figure, this aunt or this grandma is targeting you and mistreating you, and they're sitting there like letting it happen or pretending it's not, or talking about you to this person and pretending like this person isn't doing something wrong, they're having a hard time looking themselves in their face too. There's a couple of timelines here. Some of you guys, if you guys were in a situation where you were with somebody who took advantage of you, you know, intimately, people who knew about it or who let it happen or knew it was being planned, they also can't look themselves in the mirror. It's another timeline I just got for looking at my deck over there. Feelings / wants towards offing someone, because they knew about the fact that this was a plot to take somebody out, to get rid of somebody. And they just let it happen, and now they have a hard time with who they are. And it says a dog. And they said that the reason why they thought it was okay is because somebody painted you in a light that made you look like you were a bad person. Oh gosh, they're doing some construction near my home, and they're tearing buildings down, and the way that they're smashing into the earth is literally shaking my entire building. Like, it's absolutely crazy. I feel I deserved, because at the time they said they thought that you deserved it, but these were people who, that wasn't their call, right? So they messed up. It says no such thing as trying. Either you are or you aren't. So these are also people who try to use excuses for why they didn't, or why they couldn't, or they tried, or it's like, no. So this is like a part of that, like them having to answer to certain superiors or certain people who are looking into a situation as to the part that they played, and they have to kind of like answer for it. We have one more here. It says, what was only supposed to be a fun experience turned into a lifetime of being bound to one another. A series of tower moments they'll always have to live with. And now they have to live with this. Like I said, these are people who wanted to do something, get something done, and like you be out of sight, out of mind, where they could just pretend like they never did it. And that's not possible. They have to face what they did. They have to face what they did, and they hate it. Because they're just feeling like they were just trying to help their friends out. Somebody made an offer. That's why they did it. First time parent. Like I said, those of you who are having a child, those of you who may get pregnant in the near future, somebody already made an offer to somebody who has some sort of access to you in that journey in your life. They already made them an offer. Financial offer. Some of them is not a financial offer. Some of them it's a promotion. Some of them it could be their own private practice. I don't know if y'all heard that. Somebody could have got offered their own private practice if they do this. And you know the way that these people move and they work is that they'll just send all of their work, like the people who work for them, they like I said, they've learned how to hide traceable money and make it all look legitimate. They'll just send their coven members to go to these places and give them a high market. So maybe if they went on their own, they had to build it up naturally. But if they took this offer, they're going to we'll give you 50,000 customers within your first 2 years. We'll give you this. So it's like to the blind eye, you're thinking that it's just a regular practice. It's legitimate money. There's nothing to trace here. But the currency is in the fact that they're funding and facilitating these places with their people, right? Which is really God's people, let's be honest, who just stepped off and went down the wrong path. That's what they do. So this person has already been offered. And I just got that confirmation. It's about them getting a private practice. So be mindful of that. But they know you're a prophet. You know, touch not the anointed. Do my prophets no horn? Horn? Do my prophets no horn? Sound of the last trump. Jeez Louise. They know they're supposed to leave you alone. It was one thing when they felt or really believed that you were a bad person, but now that they know that you are a person of God, you belong to God, the stakes are higher because now they really know better, right? That's what's coming through here. The inability to fake themselves out of believing that this isn't that. Their top dog will advocate for you, and they're telling them, we'll protect you. You don't have to worry about it. We'll make sure you don't get consequences. We'll make sure. This is a deal with the devil. This is a deal with the devil. We'll make sure you're fine. Just do it. You know, we'll pay you. We'll get you your own. Don't you want your own practice? What's your deepest desires? That's what this is. Do they have the ability to discern it? Will they let greed and gluttony overtake them, or will they let what they know about God steer their life? Shake the energy out. You guys may feel even after like you leave these places or spaces with these people that it's like some sort of energy that's being sent towards you, or you got to cleanse your energy, or you're in a lower vibration. You're being called to get some sort of routine or daily or, you know, weekly, maybe 3 times a week activity or something for you to release energy. For those of you who are like alchemists or, you know how to transmute energy, ooh, you're good, but still get something that helps you move your body and release energy. You don't want to just sit with stagnant energy. For those of you who are a lot more, you know, you don't necessarily know how to do those certain things. There are certain practitioners you can go to, like other shamans. I'm a shaman. That can help you transmute this energy as well. But get some physical activity. Do jumping jacks, run, go play basketball at the YMCA, go do something to move your body and connect to your inner child as well. Things like that is here too. Angry with that person. These people say that they're angry with you. Or it's the fact that God, I think both. These people are saying that they're angry with you. And for some of these people, God is angry at the person who's agreeing to do this. They're being tempted. So also pray for this person, right? Because they're sitting down at the table with the devil, being offered something that if they take, where would it get them? So then that's the level of you being a child of God that needs to be prevalent in this moment, that is deeper than just vengeance for you or anger, right? Because we also have that place where we are love. So with that being said, to pray for these people in these moments, because we don't want anybody to fall from grace. We don't want anybody to fall away from God, right? We want for people to be able to overcome temptation. You're not a sinner because you're being tempted by by God. That happens in every wilderness season, right? You're a sinner when you accept it. And then we pray God to continue to stay with them. We don't want God to just turn against people and become vengeful towards them. We want to continue to pray for these people so they don't get there. We want to pray for them so that even if they fall, they can get up again, right? And I'm getting chills. That's the part where we got to kind of work through ourselves and heal ourselves. And this is why healing is so important, so we can get back to being the people of God that he created us to be, right? Ooh, I got chills, baby. And you have good karma coming your way anyway. So it's like I said, not to be worried. Some people are angry at you because you have good karma. Like I said, and like if it's just people that's offering these deals to people, of course they're angry you have good karma. Look at what they're doing. They think that they can send other people to do their dirty work and it's saving them from karma. But then when they look at their life, nothing good is happening. So evidently they're not being saved from karma. They're just operating on a different frequency or a different level than other people here. Angry at you for something you have for doing right by God, but choosing not to do right by God, but wanting the reward for this crazy work. And somebody has an L for trying to weaponize your femininity. So whatever about you is like true and authentic that they utilized in the past to try to weaponize something against you to get others to turn against you, major L. God canceled it. He said no. It's been vetoed by the heavens. It's been vetoed. So that's not to worry about. Give it time to come full circle. I feel comfortable with secrets. I don't want to tell you that. People don't want to tell you what was weaponized against you. So you have people who know you, people who are around you, people who have access to telling you what was said about you or what was done to you. They don't want to tell you though. Ooh, I'll be up here just talking. They put it in their shadow, so they carry it, they hide it. But not telling you is a weight on them. Getting bold with their actions. So the fact that with their original weapon that they tried to form against you, this person that's coming up as God, no weapon formed against you shall prosper. Okay. This is why they're getting bolder with their actions, because they're getting desperate here. These are people who have a lot to lose, but it's like whatever they offered up on this board, these are people who are trying to play devil's advocate, who were offered something. I'm hearing a regime. This is a regime that was offered something. And oh gosh, now we're tapping into the Akashic records, right? This is people who were offered something and they went to a specific practitioner. This is like, I can't even tell you how long ago. This is something really old that told them they could help them do something or offered them something. This was like their original deal with the devil. And it's over. They were the original person who would. So this is another reason why they run around the earth being the devil's advocate. Because I heard you work for me now. They were tricked by something in order to get something. Something was tampered in front of their money. And the fact that they are utilizing money to tempt people off of their divine path and to do evil works, let me know this was for some sort of riches and money themselves. Ooh, people would tell you exactly what, I'm not going to tell you that. Something for riches and power back then. This is how they got it, because they went to a practitioner. And I'm actually seeing I don't feel called to expose what this person looks like, but I can see them. They went to this person that told them that they could help them. They were in the middle of something where it was like they were about to lose. I don't know for sure if they were about to lose something. They were in the middle of something. Something was going on, something kind of big. And this was like a desperation. There was an energy of being desperate for something. And they were offered, if you do this thing, then you'll get these riches, these goals, these things. And they were told the only deal would be, they were told to do something here. They had to pay something. They had to offer something. They had to do something like that. This is something like this. And the thing about this is a group of people. When I say group, I don't mean 20 people. I mean, instead of trying to shut me up, I mean, like I said earlier, a regime. Some sort of empire. Like literally, this is something old. And God collapsed the timeline, which supported whatever that is. And they know that they've been tricked. They're trying to get other people to go into the fire with them. And they're offering people the same deal that they took. For some of them, the reason for this is because they feel like God wouldn't take everybody. Or God wouldn't let everybody go. So if I go after the most godly people and get them in the same boat, then God has to come back and rescue us. For some of them. I guess and specifically like at the time when they picked up on the fact that like that's what happened. Somebody's crying too about this. Could even be crying that I know about it. Oh God, I just heard that's why they want to put you away. Oh God. Okay, where was I? With the weaponized, I don't feel comfortable keeping the secrets, getting both their actions, that's where I was at. A broken heart. So these are people who wanted you to be in a broken place here. Strangers to the land. Oh my God, and this fell on top of made an offer to strangers to the land. Oh my gosh. For some of these people, right? Because it's collective, right? When I was originally reading this, I was picking up on one specific group of people, right? And then when I got strangers to the land and made an offer, is this what happened with like the pilgrims? Jeez, that's why, and then that would be why I saw the woman who did it and why she looked a specific way. Jeez Louise. Oh, somebody feeling hot. Is it gonna go back to my kid? Now they're really afraid. They don't know where this is gonna hit. For some of you, the person who sabotaged you or the person who's planning on sabotaging you is either going to get to a place or is already at a place where their mentality is growing and they're learning more about generational curses. Somebody's a smoker as well. They're learning more. They could be smoking or want to smoke because of stress, because of this. Where it says, is it going to go back to my kid? They're worried about the generational curses for having had attacked a chosen one or somebody who belongs to God, or prophet, whatever this says here, whatever they did. Now they're worried about it because they've been saying to themselves, like, it must be okay, or I must have a certain level of protection, or I must be, you know, whatever this thing is that they're working for. They feel like maybe it protects them. And then they got like an airy feeling to themselves, like maybe they're not protected. Maybe God is just like giving them one last chance or something like that. And then they're saying to themselves, like, am I okay because the generations coming after me are not going to be okay? Like, I'm not saying that is or isn't true. I'm saying this is the mentality of some of these people who are starting to wake up to certain news and stuff like that. We have, God has a certain level of anger towards this person because they know God is angry. Certain people have already faced circumstances that let them know they have the wrath of God on them. They don't want to be a part of something here. I'm seeing some cookies. Made an offer. We have two cards. Enjoy the time I'm given in fullness. Oh, on top of made an offer. It's people who are saying that they're just going to live for whatever they can live, whatever they can still salvage when it comes to living life and being happy. They just going to live for it because they feel like it's over here. Because they know they have the wrath of God on their life here. Then we have, if they're trying to bring you down, that means that they are beneath you. And you will be able to tell that these people are in like this hopeless place because of the things that they're trying to do to you. And they're also upset because they didn't want you to tell people that you were celibate or abstinent, or